Well, we just finished Mark Cooper's press briefing. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, obviously, Mark Cooper, as always, he seems in a confident mood ahead of the game against Crawley. I think there's still a bit of frustration that they didn't win the game against MK Dons, but it's sort of been, the performance has been great throughout the season, haven't they? And the boss was pretty keen to get that across. That the performances have been great. It's just about getting that result. So yeah, Crawley, big challenge at the New on Saturday. Hopefully they can get that first league win.
Yeah.
At home.
New manager in charge. I mean, Mark's going to be wary of the new manager bounce. Crawley had a great result last week, and he's quite a colourful Italian, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of the Italian managers are quite flamboyant. So yeah, he'll add something to Crawley. They've obviously got high on confidence themselves. Not only did they win his first game, they also beat Lincoln the previous week, who were absolutely flying. So there's definitely going to be a tough challenge for Forest Green. Crawley got some talented players in that squad as well. They've had Philippe Moraes come from Bolton, and he looks, it looks like a real coup to get him from a Championship club.
How do you feel Forest Green have adapted since Christian Deutsch left for Bolton?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't feel like they've. You're always going to miss a player of Deutsch's quality in his goals. There's no doubt about that. But it feels like Ruben Reid has just slotted in there and sort of carried on sort of where Deutsch left off. He's already scored twice since. I know one of them from the penalty spot, but that was an emphatic penalty. You've still got to bury them. I think people forget with Ruben Reid, he's got double figures in this league in the past 5 years, so he's sort of filled that role pretty well, and it's given someone else an opportunity. And the team is still playing the same way, and they're still kind of drawing games, I suppose, but the performances are still good. So it feels like Ruben Reid has just been a natural sort of replacement, really.
Yeah, he's a different type of player to Deutsch, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He does offer something different. He's very, very strong. He's quick. He holds the ball up really well, brings others into play, which you could argue, say, maybe not help him score 20 goals a season as opposed to 10 or 15, which he's more probably going to get. But like I said, he does bring others into play, brings a lot to the team, and he's a real focal point for Forest Green.
Yeah. You touched on the point in the press conference about the substitutes and their impact. So it was quite an interesting reply from Mark, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of the times the likes of George Williams, Theo Archibald, even Dale Grubb, when they've come off the bench, they've really come out flying and really produced and created chances. Had shots and goals, even scored themselves. Willow won the penalty against MK Dons. So I think it's just a case about one of them or two of them maybe nailing down a starting place. He touched on Eddie Jones as well, saying how the ones who come on finish the game, and they do. He was right, Mark Cooper, when he said that. Bring fresh legs and perhaps tired legs in the defence, and when you've got fresh, positive players, like Grubb, Williams, and Archibald to come on and really attack teams when they're tired, it's good weapons to have.
Yeah, it has been a great start to the season, but what's obviously lacking? I mean, the team's unbeaten, but that vital win and that first win at home.
I think it's just getting that second goal. Pretty much every game bar MK Dons, Forest Green have been leading. It's just, if they can get that second goal, it will be 3 or 4, just like it was against Cheltenham, just like it was against Grimsby. I think I don't know whether it's mentally it's possibly got to the stage, 1-0 up, here we go again. But I think if they just get that second goal, and it will come because they are creating the chances every game, and there will be a bit of luck for them that will come. So if they just keep doing what they're doing, they will get that break, they will get that second goal. And I think if they do get that second goal, it will be 3s and 4s. I think the floodgates open.
Yeah, I touched on the point that this time last season, Wycombe were in a similar position to Forest Green, 13th, 12th. They ended up getting promoted.
Well, you've got to be positive. I think you're unbeaten in September. That's no mean feat in this league. This is a very difficult league. I don't think anyone's expecting Forest Green or any team to go 46 games unbeaten. But they're in a fantastic position. They've definitely got the players to challenge. Wycombe as well. I think they were a similar position. They're quite a small squad with not the biggest budget in the league, but they had some talented players like Akin Fenwell, real experience. So there's no reason why Forest Green can't challenge. I mean, look at Accrington as well. I think they slowly grew into the season as well, and that's what it's about.
And Forest Green have got, as we touched on it with the substitutes, a tremendous strength in depth.
Yeah,
game changers.
Yeah, Mark Cooper said it's a small squad, but the depth in the 15, 16 players is fantastic. And you're right, it is game changers, and different players have different kinds of impacts they can make. you get the feeling if there is an injury, it's fine because player B will get his opportunity, so it can be turned into a positive.
Yeah. You've watched every game this season. Who would be your standout player?
There's been quite a few. I think I've been impressed with Lloyd James coming in from Exeter. You know, you can tell he's a really experienced player at this level. Really good range of passing. You know, can really find a 30-yard pass and really open things up and open up teams' defences. So I've been impressed with him. I think Robert Sanchez has done really well in goal as well. Obviously made the mistake on against MK Dons, but he's only 20 years old, so I suppose you have to bear with them at that stage. But there is plenty to be possible. I mean, Winchester as well coming in from Cheltenham. You know, he's fitted straight in, and yeah, there is a good mix here.
And it's incredible to think the longest serving player at the club now is Reece Brown, who joined the previous summer.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that. I mean, since the promotion final at Wembley, it was only Dorje was the only survivor. Now he's gone. Reece Brown has clocked up over 50 appearances for Forest Green now, and even he looks like he's gone up a level. I suppose with him sort of dropping to a deeper role, even he might feel like a new signing as well.
Yeah. Finally, just the last one, predictions for Saturday. It's a draw all over, isn't it?
Obviously, yeah. It's just the way it's been. It's just strangely 1-1 draw, especially at home. It feels like Man United in 2016-17, doesn't it? When Jose Mourinho's team kept drawing, but I think it's going to be a very difficult. I think there'll be goals in this one. I think Crawley have got some attacking players, but so have Forest Green. So you know, it could even be a 2-2 draw. But I think
what are you going for then, Paul?
I think usually betting men usually tell me to sort of follow trends, and the trend unfortunately has been a draw. As much as I'd like to predict a Forest Green win, just I think Crawley hit a bit of form, so I probably am going to go for a score draw.
Are you? I think for me, it'll be my first game that I've watched this season. We've already spoken. We joked with Mark Cooper that if the team lose on Saturday, it's my fault.
Absolutely,
I'm the unlucky charm. But yeah, again for me, I think I'm going to go 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah,
I hope so. 6 goals, I'll take that.
Yeah. All right, lovely.
Follow us at Stroud News and Journal on Saturday for coverage of the game. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there'll be a live blog, match report on the final whistle, and video reaction afterwards. Cheers.